everyone. So this lesson we are focusing on factorizing by completing the square. So the method of completing the square involves manufacturing a perfect square so that an expression may be factorized as a difference of square. So let's look at this example, x square plus 6x minus 1. So we need to bring it in the form of completion of square. That is, we are actually bringing it in the form, we have to solve it using completion of square method. So what is completion of square method? So we actually take the coefficient, the first step involves you take the coefficient of x, which is 6, and divide it by 2. So every time you take the coefficient of x and half it, and then whatever value you get, we have to square it. So here the coefficient of x is 6, divide that by 2, which will give you 3, and therefore 3 square gives you 9. So the next step is we need to actually add and subtract with the constant what we have got. So constant what we have got is 9. So why do we do this process? Because we need to bring this expression in the form of a perfect square form. So what is a perfect square? A plus b the whole square or a minus b the whole square represent the perfect square. So how do we write this in the form of perfect square? So for that we need to actually add and subtract with this constant. So you have 6x. So we actually write plus 9 first and then minus 9 minus 1. So always write plus the constant, then minus the same constant minus 1. So when you look at this expression in here, it is the same as this one, plus 9 minus 9 is 0. But why we write it in this form? Because we need to bring this into a perfect square form. So therefore, let's look at this. The next step is we have the first three term x square plus 6x plus 9. So we need to bring this in the form of a perfect square form. So therefore, we can actually see x. So the square root of 9 is 3. So we can write this as x plus 3 the whole square. So when we expand this, what is a plus b the whole square? It is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So therefore, x plus 3 the whole square is x square plus 2 times 3 times x is 6x plus 3 square is 9. So we have converted this expression in the form of x plus 3 the whole square. So minus 9 minus 1 will give you minus 10. So therefore, now this you can rewrite this in the form of difference of square form. How do we write it in difference of square form? So we need to write it in the form of a square minus b square. So when you look at the value 10 in here, it is not a perfect square. So therefore what we do, we can write this as square root of 10 the whole square. So now we can write this in the form of a plus b times a minus b. So therefore you get x plus 3 plus square root of 10 times x plus 3 minus square root of 10. So therefore we can actually see how we actually solved it. So we have this expression x square plus 6x minus 1. So therefore using the completion of square form, we're actually taking the coefficient, dividing it by 2 and then squaring it, and then plus the constant minus the constant and converting into a perfect square form. And then we actually rewrite in the form of difference of square, and then we write it as in the form of a plus b times a minus b.